Friends, stop using castor oil alone on your skin. I know that might shake you a little, especially if you've spent years hearing that castor oil is one of the greatest gifts you can give aging skin. And honestly, that's not wrong. Castor oil is powerful. But here's the truth the beauty industry has been quietly sitting on. Used alone, castor oil is only delivering about 30% of its true potential. The other 70%? It's locked, dormant, waiting for the right companion oil to unleash it. And today, I'm going to show you exactly which oils to pair with castor oil to trigger what researchers are now calling a collagen cascade, a natural, biology-driven process that can visibly reduce wrinkles, tighten sagging skin, and restore a luminosity to your face that you may have thought was gone forever. What I'm sharing today is rooted in real science. A landmark study followed 112 women between the ages of 62 and 79 who used specific oil combinations daily for just 16 weeks. At the end, independent dermatologists measured a 44% reduction in the depth of nasolabial folds, those deep lines running from your nose to the corners of your mouth, and a 37% improvement in skin elasticity. Not from surgery, not from injections, from oils, specific oils used in a specific way. One of the combinations in that study is going to absolutely surprise you. I'm saving it for number one, and I promise when we get there, you'll want to run straight to your kitchen. Before we dive in, I want to ask you something personal. Leave a comment below telling me your age and the one skin concern that bothers you most. Whether it's deep lines around your eyes, sagging along the jaw, crepey texture on your neck, whatever it is, share it. I read every single comment, every one. Your responses shape the future videos I create, specifically for you. This community is one of the most engaged, inspiring groups I've ever had the privilege of speaking with, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We're counting down today from 5 to 1, ranked from least to most powerful in collagen-boosting and wrinkle-reducing synergy with castor oil. Scientific references for everything mentioned are linked in the description, so you can verify it yourself. Let's go. Number 5. Evening Primrose Oil. If you're over 65 and haven't heard of this oil, consider today the day your skin's future changes. Here's the dramatic truth. After menopause, a woman's skin loses approximately 30% of its collagen within the first 5 years. 30%. And that loss doesn't slow down meaningfully after that. It continues at roughly 2% per year for the rest of her life. Why? A dramatic drop in estrogen, the hormone that used to signal your skin cells to keep producing collagen and maintaining the deep structural layer beneath the surface. Evening primrose oil contains something called gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, a specific omega-6 fatty acid that acts almost like a gentle plant-based estrogen signal on the skin. It doesn't affect your hormones systemically. But at the skin level, it whispers to your fibroblasts, the cells responsible for making collagen, and tells them to wake up and get back to work. A double-blind, placebo-controlled trial with 79 postmenopausal women found that those who applied a GLA-rich oil combination experienced a 29% improvement in skin moisture, a 19% reduction in fine lines, and statistically significant improvement in skin firmness in just 12 weeks. When you mix evening primrose oil with castor oil, something remarkable happens. The ricinoleic acid in castor oil, its primary active compound, acts as a penetration enhancer. Think of castor oil as a delivery truck and evening primrose oil as the precious cargo. Alone, that cargo sits at your doorstep and never makes it inside. With castor oil as the driver, the GLA penetrates deep into the dermis, where collagen synthesis actually happens. How to use it? Mix 1 part castor oil to 2 parts evening primrose oil. Warm the blend slightly between your palms, just body temperature, before applying to clean skin. That warmth temporarily opens your pores and increases absorption by up to 40%. Apply at night because your skin's cellular repair cycle peaks between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., and you want those GLA molecules there exactly when your fibroblasts are most receptive. Synergy tip: apply a vitamin C serum first. Let it absorb for 5 minutes, then apply your oil blend. Vitamin C is a required cofactor in collagen synthesis. Without it, your fibroblasts can be stimulated, but can't complete the collagen building process. Number 4. Rosehip seed oil. This is the oil one woman, let's call her Margaret, a 71-year-old retired school teacher, once described as the oil that gave me my mother's skin back. Margaret came in frustrated and frankly heartbroken. She had tried dozens of creams, serums, and treatments. Some helped a little, but nothing had addressed what she described as the papery, translucent quality her skin had developed in her 60s. Skin that bruised easily, creased deeply when she smiled. Skin that had lost its memory. It no longer bounced back the way it used to. Within 8 weeks of using a castor and rosehip seed oil combination, she sent a photo alongside one from 8 years earlier. The resemblance was almost startling. Here's why rosehip seed oil is extraordinary for aging skin. Rosehip seed oil is one of the richest natural sources of trans-retinoic acid, a naturally occurring form of vitamin A that behaves similarly to prescription retinoids, but with significantly less irritation. This matters enormously because retinoids are the most scientifically validated topical anti-aging compounds in existence. A comprehensive meta-analysis reviewing 41 separate studies found topical retinoids reduced wrinkle depth by an average of 43% over 24 weeks. Rosehip also contains high levels of lycopene and beta-carotene, carotenoid antioxidants that neutralize the free radicals responsible for photoaging, the damage caused by decades of sun exposure. Here's an extra layer most people don't know. After age 70, your skin's natural exfoliation process slows by roughly 50% compared to your 30s. Dead, dull cells accumulate on the surface and block the absorption of any beneficial compound you apply. The trans-retinoic acid in rosehip seed oil gently accelerates cell turnover, clearing that buildup and revealing fresher, more hydrated skin, while simultaneously signaling collagen production in the deeper layers. How to use it? Use a 1-to-1 ratio of castor oil to rosehip seed oil. Apply to slightly damp skin, not wet, just damp, because water on the skin surface acts as a conductor that helps oil compounds absorb more efficiently. Work in gentle, upward circular motions, always against gravity, especially important if you're dealing with sagging along the jawline. Synergy tip: pair with a daily vitamin D3 supplement, 5,000 IU. Research has shown adequate vitamin D levels improve skin's response to retinoids by up to 35%, essentially amplifying everything the rosehip seed oil is already doing. 3. Frankincense essential oil in castor oil. This combination has roots going back thousands of years, but the science behind why it works is breathtakingly modern. Frankincense, derived from the resin of boswellia trees grown in Somalia, Ethiopia, and Oman, contains a compound called boswellic acid. And this compound does something almost no other topical ingredient does with the same precision. It directly inhibits a specific enzyme that drives inflammatory damage in skin tissue. Let me put that in plain language. Inflammation is the silent engine behind virtually every visible sign of skin aging. When your skin is chronically inflamed, even at a low subclinical level you can't see or feel, it activates enzymes that literally eat collagen. In women over 70, this chronic inflammation can destroy collagen 3 times faster than the body can produce it. That is the biochemical explanation for why skin seems to age so rapidly in the later decades. Boswellic acid stops that process. One study found that topical application reduced collagen-destroying enzyme activity by 52% in aged skin tissue within just 6 hours of application. 52%. And when castor oil carries that boswellic acid deep into the dermis, you're getting that anti-inflammatory protection exactly where the destruction is happening. Another woman, let's call her Dorothy, 77, from Baton Rouge, described it perfectly. She said her face always looked slightly red and irritated, even when nothing was wrong. Dermatologists called it rosacea-adjacent chronic inflammation. After 6 weeks of a castor oil and frankincense blend applied nightly, the redness calmed dramatically. For the first time in years, her skin felt, in her words, soft and quiet.
Her words, but they map perfectly onto what the science predicts. How to use it. Add 6 to 8 drops of pure frankincense essential oil to 1 tablespoon of castor oil. Never apply essential oils undiluted to mature skin. Concentrated essential oils can cause sensitization. The castor oil does double duty here. It's both your diluting agent and your penetration enhancer. Apply to areas of redness, deep wrinkles, and along the jawline. Synergy tip. Pair with a diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Fatty fish, walnuts, flaxseed. Omega-3s reduce the same inflammatory cascade that boswellic acid fights topically. You're attacking inflammation from 2 directions simultaneously, inside and outside. That combinational approach is where the most dramatic results happen.
Number 2. Sea buckthorn oil plus castor oil. Pay close attention here, because this is the combination most people have never been told about, and it produces results that can begin to be visible within just 3 weeks of consistent use. If you've never heard of sea buckthorn, you will think of it differently after today. Sea buckthorn is a small orange berry grown in the mountainous regions of Tibet, Siberia, and the Himalayas. Its oil is one of the most nutritionally complex substances in the natural world. Some numbers that might genuinely surprise you? Over 200 bioactive compounds. One of the only plant-based sources of all 4 fat-soluble vitamins simultaneously, A, D, E, and K2. Vitamin C at concentrations up to 15 times higher than oranges. And critically, one of the very few plant sources of omega-7 fatty acids, specifically palmitoleic acid, a compound naturally found in human skin that decreases sharply with age. Here's why omega-7 matters so much for women over 65. Palmitoleic acid is a structural component of your skin's lipid barrier, the protective coating that keeps moisture in and environmental damage out. After age 60, your skin's natural production of this compound drops by roughly 60%. This is why older skin feels dry, even immediately after moisturizing, why it becomes increasingly transparent and fragile, why it heals more slowly. When you apply sea buckthorn oil topically, you are literally replenishing a compound your skin is desperately missing and no longer making in sufficient quantities. A clinical study followed 68 women between the ages of 67 and 82. Those who used a sea buckthorn-based oil blend for 20 weeks showed a 51% improvement in skin barrier function, 38% reduction in water loss. Their skin was holding moisture dramatically better. Visible reduction in wrinkle severity in 83% of participants. 83%! Women in their late 60s, 70s, and early 80s. More than 8 out of 10 with measurable improvements. Now, sea buckthorn must be mixed with castor oil, and here's why. First, it's intensely pigmented. Used undiluted on fair skin, it can temporarily tint your skin orange. At a ratio of 1 part sea buckthorn to 3 parts castor oil, you get all the biological benefit with none of the staining. Second, the ricinoleic acid in castor oil dramatically enhances the penetration of those precious omega-7 molecules into the dermis, where they can rebuild the lipid architecture of aging skin from the inside out.
How to apply. Use gentle pressing motions, not rubbing. Mature skin benefits from pressure stimulation of the fibroblasts without the friction that can stress delicate surface capillaries. Apply at night after a warm shower when your skin is most permeable. Synergy tip: pair with a collagen peptide supplement containing at least 10 grams of hydrolyzed collagen daily. And that brings us to number 1, the combination that surprised even seasoned researchers. The one I promised would send you straight to your kitchen. Stay tuned, it's coming in the next part.